Let's put the bronzer on really quick. I feel like I look so pasty.
Hey, I think we're live now. I'm just going to check on my...
Hi, everybody.
Hey, friends. Can you see us? Are we live?
I'm putting a little bronzer on, you know,
Ooh,
trying to get out
hi.
of this quarantine look.
Let's see. Well, I hope we're live. If not, I'm just going to post this after the fact. Oh, hey, it looks like people are liking it. Pamela is in there. Okay.
Hey, look
Hi,
at
everyone.
that wall hanging right there. And these cute earrings.
Yay. Okay, show and stream. So I want to introduce you guys to my friend, Candice, who's on here with me. Yay. Hi. So this morning, first of all, how is everybody doing? This is, I don't even know what day of quarantine, and we have a whole month ahead of us. So lots of emotions on my end. So I don't know about you, Candice, if it's like the good, the bad, the great, the ugly. So making the most of it, trying, staying positive.
At least we have some sun today. That makes it a little bit better.
Yeah, we have some sunshine here, and I didn't realize how fortunate we are that we're kind of in the suburbs. We're in the suburbs of Chicago, but I was talking to friends in New York, and it's really like walking out into a petri dish outside. So they really can't leave their apartment, and it's so much more. I mean, maybe they can a little, but it's totally different there. So be grateful. We'll get through this, and things will be even better for we all have different situations. So just pray that you're gonna come out stronger, and things are gonna work out the way they're supposed to, right?
Totally. Yeah. When in doubt, just macrame and smell oils.
I agree. Yeah, that's pretty much. So I'll quickly go through making a tassel. I have one here, and I didn't. So in the picture, there's like another wooden ring and a smaller ring, and I'm kind of assuming people don't have those types of things just on hand. So I just made one here with a bead to show you guys. So we'll go through that, and then Candice is going to talk a little bit about some oils and things that could help, oils that can help you now with like anxiety and stress, and a little bit about her and her business, more about her and her business, because that's like the important part. So to start, all you need is scissors. You can use twine. This is like twine from Ace. You can use yarn. You can use kind of whatever you want. It just depends. It's just going to look a little bit different when you're done. So I'll show you the mechanics of it, and you can play around. I'm using, it's a 3mm single strand twisted string. It's a cotton string. I use this for the earrings. I use this for different smaller pieces. So, and I love it because it's really organic looking and really fresh. So the first thing that I have is, this is about, I kind of measure things sometimes like hand to elbow. So I wanted to make a really long tassel, which is kind of this one right here. This is like a really long guy.
It's so cute. I love that.
Well, I kind of thought if it's hanging in the car, it'll look fun, or I can hang it on a doorknob or something like that in the room, or just even, I can even hang this one. It's pretty big enough to hang on the wall. So measure out your string and then double it. And this is 3mm cotton. I use 10 strands doubled. So there's 20 total. If you're using something like this, that's from Ace Hardware. This is 1mm. You might want to make more, have more strands. So here's this guy. Then I just take, again, if you want to attach this to like a ring, I'm going to do a longer tutorial, and I'll put it up. I'll put a link to my YouTube channel. So I'll put a longer tutorial to kind of add it to a ring and stuff like that. But I'm just going to teach you the tassel part. So I'll put links to that in my bio. But this is just, I want you guys to learn how to make the tassel. So you're going to have the little, double it, and then just take a piece of string. I like using a different color just because it's fun. And again, I sort of measure it, so I'm using as much as possible. And then you make a little knot, a double knot. a double knot.
I have blue.
Yay, I love.
On hand. So
oh, that's pretty. So this is going to be what you're going to hang it from.
Okay.
Take a little piece of tape. Well, if you have beads, so you don't even need beads. I just use these. I love these beads that I have. They're these like organic wooden beads. You can get some. You can get these other colored beads at Joann Fabrics, but just make sure it's sort of like a wide hole.
Okay.
And then I take a little piece of tape to hold these ends together so you don't go crazy trying to push it through the hole.
Okay.
And then I just sort of slip it through. The tape makes it super easy. And then you can, so I'm going to take the tape off. You can tie a knot to hold the bead in place there if you want. So I'm just.
That is so smart about the tape. I don't know why I've never thought to put tape at the end. Like I've put string through, I don't even know how many beads and never thought to do that. That's so smart. It took a while. It took a lot of headache to come up with that. And then I'm just going to tie maybe 2 knots to hold this bead in place. Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to tie a knot up here. And this one, I'm sort of bringing both ends together and tying it up and through. I took the tape off so I can separate them. So if you need to put it back on, because these are starting to fray a little bit. Mm-hmm. And then just however long you want it. Super cute.
So now this is the fun part, creating the tassel part, so holding these. We're gonna use this, what's called a gather knot. Mm-hmm. I measure out kind of fingertip to elbow, maybe a little bit longer. I have long arms, so you might want to do 1.5. So this is about over 1.5 feet.
Love.
So I'm going to get close here. You're going to make a loop like this, and you're going to pinch it. Oops, I got to go this way. It's like opposite. And then you're going to take this and you're going to wrap it around that loop, and you're going to wrap it around your tassels. So there's one. So try to pinch those 2 strands together, and then you have this loop here. And that first one's kind of hard. It's, because you're managing a couple different strings. So you're going to wrap it around. I like to do.
What is that knot called? I've been wanting to.
It's a gather knot.
Yeah, I need that one.
And I'll have that on my YouTube channel. That's my goal for this weekend, is to get some of these knots up on my YouTube channel. And I'll do that like this. I'll have this with the rings and stuff. So just wrap it around however many times you want. I like to do 6 to 8 just because I like how that looks. So you can make it longer. So it's just adding, especially if you're doing color, it's just adding that color through. And when you get to the bottom, or when you get to however many you want, you're just going to slip it through here, through that little loop. Oop, I got to make sure I'm going the right way. So you just slip it through that little loop. Now you're going to pull this top one up and see how it's coming flush to the bottom.
Brilliant.
And then you just pull it a little bit more. So this knot that's here, it's going to go about halfway through. So I'm going to pull it up like this. You don't have to pull it up like this. You can bring it to you and pull it. And just make sure as you're wrapping it, it's not super tight, but it's firm. Because if it's super tight, you're going to have a really hard time pulling this up and through. So I'm actually going to sort of bring it to me closer. And then you're just going to pull it up and through. And I feel to where it's right about here. Excuse me. And then you can adjust. So now I just pull on these little guys to sort of bring them down, because these might look funky. So I'm just sort of straightening it out. So I'm just pulling on each one of these little strings ever so gently and lightly, just to make them all sort of nice and even. Mm-hmm. And
I'm going to go back and watch your video, because I realized I don't have, my bead is like got a little baby hole. And so I need, a wider one.
Oh, yeah, the baby holes don't.
I'll catch up. I'll watch your tutorial.
Don't work with the baby ones. So just play around with it. Yeah. Pull these gently and not too tight. We're going to trim this top guy right here.
Mm-hmm.
So take your scissors and just trim it nice and flush to the end. And you can tuck those little guys in. And then, so this is a long tassel. So depending what kind of string you have. So this is a twisted single strand. You can, so it's like brushing the earrings. If you've bought earrings for me, I've taught you how to brush your earrings. So I take a comb. This is like a teaser or like an old man comb, and you comb through it. You kind of start at the bottom and go to the top. What might be easier for such a thick amount of string is like a dog brush, but I wouldn't use the dog brush you use on your dog. I would get a separate dog brush if you think you're going to plan on making a bunch of tassels. But whatever you want, you could always like clean it when you're done. So then you just start at the bottom. I'm going to trim these first.
And you can really cut it any length you want, right? I mean, if you want it long, you can be long.
Yeah, if you want it long, it's going to be harder to brush through if it's long, and it's going to be easier if it's a shorter. So if it's like a short tassel like this that you're just going to hang in your car, it'll be a little bit easier to comb through. And if you're using yarn, you probably aren't going to comb through it. You don't need to.
Right.
If it's yarn, if it's like a twisted yarn, you can kind of unravel it. So it depends what you have. This is a single twist, so I'm going to comb it out. If it's like a triple twist, sometimes there's rope. They're like 3 ropes that are twisted together, and you have a thin one.
I never knew that.
I get a bunch of that on Amazon that I make projects with. I would probably just unravel the twists, and then I may comb or not comb them out. So, but because wood is porous and cotton is porous, these are so good to use for oils. Right, Candice?
Totally.
So want you, if you could, tell us a little bit about you and your business, and then we'll start talking a little bit about oils. So that's the tassel. Guys, I'm going to link this into the post here I'm going to create a video and I'm going to put it on my YouTube channel to make this and to make it with the rings so you have more examples and whatnot. So
totally. Awesome.
So yeah, tell us all about you. She's an artist. So Candice is not only an artist, she's a teacher. She's amazing. She's a good friend, and she's a businesswoman. So, but yeah, let's hear it from you directly.
Totally. So hi everybody. So I'm Candice. I met Cornelia from doing markets in the kind of southwest suburbs and like northwest, I guess it's northwest Indiana, right?
The region.
So like Hunt and Gather, Fetching Market, shout out to everybody out there. But yeah, I'm an art teacher for elementary school as well. And I only was teaching for like 2 years before I decided to take a year off and wanted to just pursue my creative business. So that's kind of telling. Like I only was teaching for 2 years. It was like, I think I'm gonna take a break. So I did, and then obviously it's super hard. So I give mad props to people who, like the creative people out there who do that all on their own. Like that's the only means of income. Like it was so hard. And so I went back to teaching, but instead of teaching technology, what was my first foot in the door, I ended up getting an art teaching position. So now it's kind of the best of both with the kiddos, and then I can still do, there's a little more flexibility as far as lesson planning and everything. So yeah.
So fun.
Cool. Yeah,
I went to visit my old grammar school years after, and it was my art teacher who like came right up to me and was like, oh my gosh, Cornelia. So special place in my heart for all of my art teachers that I had.
Yeah, I miss it right now. Like we were just talking last night, Cornelia, how it's just weird because teaching art in quarantine is really difficult because you don't really know what the kids have at home. And I'm teaching in a Title I school. So, we have a large homeless population as well. So it's hard to figure out like how to still reach my kids right now. So I miss it, but we're just kind of doing what we can to get through. But yeah, so that's the teaching life. And then and then my business is evolving every day. So it started off with my friend Christy Hendricks, she owns Ferns Hollow is her business, and then we merged our businesses together as Nomadic Studios. So we do markets together, and we're actually hosting a live giveaway right now if you go to Nomadic Studios on Instagram. So we do essential oils and essential oil accessories. So we make some different kinds of jewelry and chakra blends and all sorts of essential oil things. Anything we can think of that you could put essential oils on or look very like bohemian and cute, which kind of fits with your style.
Yeah,
that's up our
totally.
alley. So yeah, so that's kind of the gist of me. And
so
my business is Perspective Designs, but yeah, you can also find Nomadic Studios as well.
So it's like, so you each have your own individual business name, and then they have a linked business name, which we can put all those links in the post. I'll be sure to do that for everyone. So I love oils, and I know, and I don't know if other people are like this, but I love oils, but I don't know the first thing about them. So can you recommend, especially in this sort of season that we're going through right now, what oils might be useful for people or that people may want to check out, or that could be helpful? I'll let you take the reins with that.
Yeah, I mean, so there's so much out there about essential oils. I mean, you see them everywhere now, I feel like, but I think the most important thing to first know about essential oils is what they are, even like where do they even come from. And typically they're distilled plants that are super highly concentrated or volatile, they'll say. So you can use essential oils in 3 different ways. You can use them topically, which is on your skin. You can use them aromatically, like in a diffuser, or you can use them internally. Now, I don't sell them any other way except for topically, and they're diluted. I would never recommend somebody to put like pure oils onto their skin directly because they are volatile. So for example, like peppermint, 1 drop of peppermint oil contains like 27 cups of peppermint tea. Like it's equivalent to that amount. So it's super strong. And it's not like, perfume where you just want to like douse it and smell really good. It's like, it's definitely something that people have used for thousands of years for therapeutic benefits and even medicinal. I mean, technically the FDA, like there's all these different regulations where you can't technically claim that cures anything, but it is a really good, holistic wellness tool to use in your practice for yoga or, just kind of trying to be more mindful with your breath. So, that's kind of what it is and how to use it. And then as far as, oils right now, I mean, you can get oils really anywhere, but you definitely want to be careful with the quality because oils like that you can just buy at a grocery store, not all the time, but a lot of times actually can have synthetics in them, which can be more harmful than helpful. So you just want to be careful where you're getting the oils and making sure that the company you're getting them from are super transparent with where they're sourcing. So, I mean, there's tons of names out there that you probably hear, like Young Living or doTERRA, or there's so many out there now that are actually really good. So I'm not particularly going to tell you which one to get, but there's definitely I would just say do your research. You know what I mean?
What is something to look for? What's something to look for when so say I'm at a grocery store and they have some oils there. What's something to look for to make sure that you know that you're getting a good quality oil?
We definitely want it to say 100% pure essential oils. Sometimes they'll have like different labels like therapeutic grade or things like that. But honestly, like on the bottle, they should have, like, sometimes they'll have a batch number or a lot number or something where you, where it just kind of gives you that, like, that notion that they are transparent, which is, to me, I feel like that's really, really a good thing to look for. If you're, you know what I mean? If you're, if that company is going to put extra information out there, I feel like that kind of is a hint that they're a little more trustworthy, but not always. So you just kind of have to do your research and like Young Living and doTERRA are the 2 go-tos that that I hear all the time, and I know that those are ethically sourced. So yeah,
good. Those are two that I use.
Yeah.
I know. I always wonder. I'll see them at a grocery store, and then I shy away because I'm not sure. For that reason, that I'm like, well, are these good? Like, they're still, because they can be pricey, and depending what kind of oil, different oils cost different amounts. Is that because it's like more rare or harder to produce and to grow and to
Yeah, like rose oil is one that I have not gotten my hands on yet, but I know that it's super, super expensive, but rose oil is so good for your skin. It's great for your heart chakra. It's good for so many, like self-love. So I really want to get that one, but it's so expensive. But if you think of how many rose petals it would take to produce enough oil to fill a bottle, like it's
thousands of roses. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
What would be some good, other than rose oil, because that's expensive and maybe not as readily, people may not have that extra money to spend, but what would be some good oils right now that you would maybe recommend for anxiety or stress or, things. I'm very much into affirmations and manifestations. So maybe things that like will help when you're working through some of those things too, like to create abundance and, to mindset, all of those things. So if you have any recommendations, that would be cool.
You can do oils. You could do oils. You could use oils.
I do oils.
Yeah, whatever you're into. so you could use them single oils and just like just peppermint, just lavender. Those are two great anchor oils, they say, in the oil world, where they're just kind of those staples that I feel like you should always have. And you could do them single use, or you could blend them, which I personally prefer my oils in a blend, where you just kind of create your own concoction of however many you'd like. But right now, with everything going on, obviously lavender is one of those that is associated with calming, and just kind of being a little bit more like tranquil. So lavender's also, it's a really common used oil, I feel like. So if you had your hands on oil, that's a great one. It's actually the oil of communication. So if you apply it to your throat chakra, that is the oil that is supposed to help that energy to just be more balanced and become more aligned. So besides feeling calm, it's also great to apply to your throat. And it kind of makes sense, because if you struggle to like speak your truth, or to just to kind of talk about your feelings, it makes sense that lavender would help to kind of ease that, because it could cause a lot of stress if you're not able to kind of get out the words you want. So lavender's a great one. You could apply it to the pulse points on your wrist. And again, lavender's a calmer, I don't know the word that I should use, but it's not as harsh on your skin. I know people who put lavender directly on their skin, because it's not as caustic as like a cinnamon or clove or something. But I would still recommend diluting it. And it actually helps to drive the oil in deeper if you decide to put it on your skin. So like a coconut oil or almond oil or whatever you have around, if you put that with the essential oil, it actually acts as a carrier and will drive the oils in deeper into your skin.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. I didn't know most of the stuff that you're telling. I'm always saying I'm oil illiterate, so I'm really appreciative that you're giving me this lesson here too.
No, I love talking about it. It's like, it's hard not being in market season, like I was saying, because you get all this practice of like speaking all the verbiage, and then I'm like in front of the camera, and I'm like, gosh, I'm like stumbling on my thoughts. Like, come on, get it out. But no, lavender's one of those that's not a hot oil, so you could use that topically. You could also diffuse it, and you'll find teas out there too that have lavender in them. So that's a really good one for right now, since everybody's probably feeling the effects of quarantine by now, if you're not, if you haven't already.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then peppermint would be another go-to. That one is great for the holidays, but it's also a respiratory blend, which is great for obviously the disease that's going around. But if you apply it to your heart chakra. That's actually the oil associated with self-love. So if you apply it over your heart, it really, really helps you to just kind of open your airways and allows you to be more mindful of your breath and really focus on just inhaling and exhaling. So yeah, peppermint's another anchor oil that I feel like everybody should have on hand, and definitely on your nightstand. If you have, if you ever get those hangovers in the morning, just put a little bit on your temples, and I swear to God, it helps with nausea, migraines. It's like the godsend oil. So, yeah.
I actually have peppermint on my nightstand from you. So thank you. Now, is that one, so when you're placing it over your heart chakra, you said peppermint could be, is that one that you could do a little dab that you or would you recommend diluting it? Yeah. And how would you recommend testing it too, like to make sure that you might not have a reaction?
For sure. Yeah, I would do like a little test spot on your pulse points before you apply it anywhere else, just so that you can kind of see. But I would always recommend diluting it. I mean, I've been using oils for a while now, so I know what my body's sensitive to. But another go-to spot is the bottoms of your feet. If you do want to apply it topically, I'm sure a lot of people know, but the bottoms of your feet are where the most pores are. So it'll actually enter your bloodstream the quickest and absorb into your body the quickest that way. So that's another really good spot, and you're usually the least sensitive on your skin at the bottoms of your feet. I mean, I've never gotten sunburn at the bottom of my feet, but so,
I've gotten burnt stepping on hot sand, I think, where and it was painful, but yes, but for the most part, yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, so
those would be really, I mean, those two are great, and I mean, there's so many different like categories of oils. The other one I would just shout out is any citrus oils. Those are like my favorite kinds of oils to really energize, and they're great mood boosters. But if you ever apply a citrus oil topically, you have to remember that they're photosensitive. So if you apply them to your skin and then go out into the sun, it can actually do damage because they're photosensitive. So that's another one just to be mindful of.
How would you recommend diluting those, or would you apply that with coconut oil then to like get the benefits? If you are,
I usually diffuse. Oops, can you still see me? Oh, hold on. Can you see me still?
Oh no, we just lost you.
Oh no,
we lost you on the live.
Well, let me see. Oh, I think I know how to get back. Hold on. Well, I'm gonna keep talking. Can you still hear me?
I can hear you, but we're not on the live for the people to hear you.
Why not? Let's see.
Which, if it doesn't work, we can wrap it up. Hi, everyone. I hope you really enjoyed that. Oh, wait, here we go. We're gonna, ready to join. I think I need you to do that one more time. You guys gotta love technology. You can probably hear her through my speaker here, so I'm hoping that's not doubling up. I hope this worked. If not, we'll do another one another day.
I think I'm gonna get it. Let's see. How about now? Maybe.
There you are. And I'm gonna put you in the stream. 3, 2, 1.
Did it work?
Oh, someone said we could still hear you.
Okay, good. Hi, guys. Sorry.
Okay. Oh, there she is. Well, here she is. Thank you. I just get it says Facebook user, so I'm not sure who said that. So thank you, first of all. I'll see it. This is a platform that I'm using that it links to your Facebook. So the comments that I get just say Facebook user, and I'll be able to go back to see the comments, who they were. So yeah, thanks. And then you guys too, if you're watching on a replay, just hit 2 when you're watching it on the replay, because I'm going to play around with times, but I'm hoping to keep these going, and we'll definitely get Candice back to tell us more about. There's so much probably more to tell about oils, but where can we? And we'll put the links to. It's like a podcast in the show notes, but we're going to put them in the post notes. We'll have to do some post notes. Where can we find you if we want to learn about more oils?
Yes.
Or learn about you, or learn about anything.
So I'm on Instagram and Facebook. If you go to Instagram, and then my handle is @Perspective Designs and Decor. So I did my handle. I apologize. I did my handle when Instagram was like first a thing, and I didn't realize people would, if they had to find me, they would have to like type in my handle. So my handle is kind of long and redundant, but it's @Perspective Designs and Decor, and instead of a space, it's an underscore. So it's a lot of characters, but that's my Instagram handle, and then Facebook is just Perspective Designs and Decor.
Awesome.
So if you'd like to find me, I specialize in diluted oils. So I try not to. I have the means to set, if you wanted oils, pure oils that are not diluted. I definitely have the links for that, and I'm a wellness advocate for doTERRA. So if you wanted to get oils that way, you can direct message me. But at markets and things, I make my own blends to help with chakras, and then I infuse my oils with gemstones to just kind of do a little more frequency and energy balancing. So,
yeah, that's so cool. I love the one that I have. I love my heart one that I put on every day. So
awesome. Thanks. I love my earrings.
And the earrings, you can get earrings. Those are from me. You can get earrings from me. And then there's also, so you're going to all make your own diffuser tassel. But there's some other, with Christy, she has some amazing products too that hold oils well too. So we'll put Christy, their co-business is Nomadic Studios. So we'll make sure we put that in there too. So you can check her out. She always has some fun, amazing stories, Instagram stories also that are very tranquil and very calming. So next time we'll get the three of us on and we'll do like a party interview.
That would be so great.
That would be really fun.
I do want to mention, I just thought of something before we go. The wood, I'm so glad that you mentioned to use like a natural organic wood. Anything that you put oil on, you just want to make sure that it's untreated with anything, just because if the oils do mix with any sort of chemicals that were already on the surface, it just for precaution, I'm just going to throw it out there. So getting like an untreated bead is going to be the best vessel to put the oil onto, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's no longer a diffuser; it's a toxic, a toxic diffuser. So we don't want that, do we? Right. And same with the rope. To get like a natural, like an organic or a naturally dyed rope is probably the best option. Not a synthetic or anything like that. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll put up in the post, we'll add all sorts of little tags for everybody to know where to find, and just look at the, just looking at the comments. Hi, Kim. Okay. That was you. Thank you for letting us know that you're still here. And tassel diffuser, such a great idea. Love this. Thanks, girls. So I'm not sure who said that, but I will find out. So thank you for that. Candice, thanks for joining me today, and enjoy the rest of your, hearts. I love you, girls. Yeah. So go find her, and thanks for joining us. And we'll have some links where you can find everyone. You guys have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you later. Bye, everyone. Bye.